Hi, welcome to my channel. Today's video is sending a clear signal to the universe. Are you sending out a clear signal that it can read? You know what it is, you know exactly what you want. You don't have to know how you want it or how you want it to come, but you do know what you would like to experience. Because if you don't give a clear signal, how is the universe, and I'm only saying the universe because that's what the majority talk about it as, so I'm just going with that. To me, it's one giant quantum computer, a supercomputer that is reading my intention and my beliefs and my feelings and delivering it back to me. I'm just going to read you something now that really puts this into sharp focus. And the actual original book was by Wallace D Wattles. I got this actually from, in my feed appeared something, I guess because I've been doing a lot of Neville stuff lately, Neville Goddess, and she talks about it. She's broken it down into a series of podcasts. And I thought, I'm going to buy that because I haven't read anything about the law of attraction or anything like that for such a long time. I love sort of the ancient stuff that says the same thing. I think he wrote this in 1910. It's sort of translated in this hardback version, so it's much easier to read, so it doesn't read exactly as his old stuff would read, but I'm just going to read you something from it because this is what I'm talking about. Okay. It is not enough that you should have a wish to travel, see things, live more, because everybody has those desires. If you were going to send a wireless message to a friend, you would not send the letters of the alphabet in their order and let him construct the message for himself, nor would you take words at random from the dictionary. You would send a coherent sentence, one which meant something. When you try to impress your wants upon substance, he calls it substance, but I'm going to go, when you try to impress your wants upon the universe, remember that it must be done by a coherent statement. You must know what you want and be definite. You can never get rich or start the creative power into action by sending out unformed longings and vague desires. And that sort of said it. I was just sat in the garden actually, and I read that bit and I thought, yeah, you know, clarity is so important. And I think we kind of miss that point sometimes because we think, well, we'll just put it out there, circumstances don't matter and the universe will deliver it. But what is it actually delivering? What do you actually want? Are you feeling really mixed about what you want? You want it one day, you don't want it the next. Do you really know the outcome that you want? And so it really is important to take some time to actually think about that and to think, that's my signal. So at the moment, whatever's going on with you, think about that as a signal and just think, wow, how is the universe going to read that? Or actually, no, that is really clear. That's super clear. That is what I want. I'm going to say another thing here. Do you want it above anything else? So do you really, really want it? Now, what I mean by that is, do you have opposing thoughts in there that kind of like, maybe it's a person and you've got an opposing thought that says they're not actually good enough for me. Huge opposing thought, or I would have to compromise in some way and I don't want to make that compromise. If there's other stuff going on in there, then you don't really, really want it. You want it, but you have caveats. So you want it, but you would want this to be slightly different and that to be slightly different. If you can just get to the point where you just know that you really, really want this, regardless of that other stuff, then that is your pure desire for it. That is a pure signal, as pure a signal as you're going to get. So have a good think about it. How much do you want it? If there's opposing feelings and beliefs going on there, have a word with yourself and deal with them. Say, yeah, I know this is going on, but actually I want it above all else. That stuff is there, but actually you've got to talk yourself out of that other stuff. You have to have a word with yourself and tell yourself how that stuff isn't important if you do really want this thing. But it is a very good exercise at getting you to a point of knowing that you really, really want it. Let's say, you really want a promotion, but you don't want responsibility. Well, that's huge. So do you really want a promotion then? Do you really want that promotion? Part of you does and part of you doesn't. So that's your signal. It's mixed. So it can't be read properly. So you might sort of think, oh, I'm going towards a promotion, oh, it's pulled away, somebody else has got it. You know, it's going to reflect what's going on inside of you. So if you don't like responsibility, or you don't want responsibility, but you want a promotion, I'd say that you're actually getting what you want, because you're not getting that promotion because actually you don't want responsibility. Oh, hey ho, you haven't got it. So have a really good look at that and talk yourself out of any of those things. You could say to yourself, look, if I don't like this job, I can just leave. I don't have to carry on with it. If the responsibility gets too much for me, I will just step away. I will find another job, or I will take up the challenge and see if I can cope with responsibility. See if actually I'm wrong and I do like responsibility. You can do this. You can talk yourself out or into anything. But that clarity of signal is so important. I have found when I've been all over the place, I really have got all over the place showing up to me in reality. If I'm a bit hit and miss with something, if I kind of want it and kind of don't, and I cannot find the dominant myself, I just leave it to my subconscious. I did this the other day with something. I just said, do you know what? I really don't know what I want. I'm really not sure. I kind of do and I kind of don't, but I'm not sure. And I just said to my subconscious, right, I'm just leaving it with you now. And I almost sort of felt it whirring around like a hard drive basically. And I kind of felt really comforted by that. I thought, oh, it's going to sort it out. And whatever is the outcome, so whatever shows to me in reality is going to be my dominant feeling. And I'm going to realise that. And then it did. I did get a certain outcome and I thought, yeah, that was really, now it's there, I can see that I'm really happy about that. So that is a good suggestion for you to move forward. I really hope this was useful, and it really does bear thinking about what is your clarity of signal. If you have real clarity, then this is a good video too, because it's like, okay, no, I got real clarity. I know I really want that. That's a positive. Okay. That's a positive. I want that above anything else. And it gives you that momentum. Just watching this video and thinking about it and bringing it to your attention, you can give it some momentum in the moment, going, no, I really do want this. I really do want this. Clear instruction to your subconscious. Anyway, I hope that this was useful. It's just a bit of an add-on video actually, because I was sat in the garden, read that and thought, I've got to talk about that. And sometimes if I don't talk in the moment, I forget about what I've read or what I've thought about saying, and I don't end up doing it. So I thought, no, I'm going to come and do it now. The sun has gone down. It's not so roasting hot in this conservatory. So there you go. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, I'd love for you to do that.